Hello. Hi, everybody. I got on a little bit early just in case we have some people waiting. Yeah, hi, I'm Joyce. Please say hi in the chat if you're already here and just chilling. We're gonna wait a couple minutes just for people to arrive. I can talk a little bit more about what we're gonna talk about today. I've got a couple things on my phone. And yeah, I'm really excited to be hosting like the first BFRB online support chat on YouTube. I guess there's a couple like disclaimers that I'll just put in. First of all, I hope you're having a good day, whoever is watching this. Second of all, I had the best nap like ever, and I feel a lot better. Thank God. And third of all, it's this kind of a meeting that I usually have. I've hosted it on my Instagram before. This is by no means like a professional opinion about anything. I'm basically just your average gal here to talk about my experience and shake my whole laptop once in a while. Yeah, if there are any questions, feel free to like drop them in the chat. I'm going to keep my eyes open and see what's happening. And then, yeah, we can get started in a couple minutes when a few people arrive. And after I share this on Instagram and tell people to come hang out with me, because that'll be really nice. I really love having like BFRB online support meetings because that has been the thing that's helped me the most. I think for everybody it's different, like of what helps and what doesn't help. But yeah, for me, talking about my problems has been something that's always helped me. So I'm just gonna change the link on Instagram and see who's around, see who's down to clown. Hopefully people using Instagram. I know, I hope so too, but if not, I don't really mind. I'm gonna talk mostly about the different ways that I reduce my pulling. I got a few messages about that like last night. I think people are finding me through the Allure article. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think I have it linked in my description, so you can check that out as well. So I'm just gonna replace the link. Bloop. And Trichotillomania support. Honestly, I think YouTube is better because my phone quality is really bad. But also, I don't know, it's like my live stream will actually live forever instead of just for 24 hours. I did these for a few months, like every week, where where I would just like talk in a live chat and people would come and hang out and people would just like drop in. I think it's like a little bit more convenient to be on Instagram, but I think it's in the grand scheme of things, it's better to be on YouTube. Woo! Okay, let's see. I will answer some questions later. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you for coming to my chat deck. It's very glad to see you. In my experience of being someone with a compulsive hair pulling disorder. So I guess just to start off, my name is Joyce. Hi. I just want to make sure people on Instagram are like socially aware of me here. I'm gonna take a quick picture. And post that, and then I'll get started so this live stream like doesn't go on too long and people can always rewatch it like whenever they want. That's kind of the point of this. Link in the bio. Please tell me about how your day is going as well. That's something I'm always interested in. The happenings of people's life. Yay! Okay. Let's go Billy, because I think when people are looking up resources for Trichotillomania, it's kind of kind of daunting because there's so many happenings in people's lives in the meat space. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's happening in the meat space anymore because we are all only in the digital space. But I feel like when people are looking up like resources and information about trichotillomania, it's really daunting because there's so much stuff to like look at and think about, and you don't know who's right, you don't know who's wrong, you don't know who's trying to like sell you stuff. Oh, double disclaimer, this live stream is not associated or sponsored or affiliated with any like company or brand. This is not a like hair product sales pitch, because that's kind of the vibe I get from some people. So I just want to make sure anyone watching, I am not here to be like promoting a product or a service in particular. I'm just talking about my own experience. And yeah, I hope like that is helpful because that's something that's helped me. Let's see. Oh, we've got a couple people here. If you are just chilling, like say hi and let me know where you're from. I'm really curious. So one of the resources that I really like to use, it's called the CBSN, C as in Charlie, B as in banana, S as in snake, N as in noodle. CBSN, the Canadian BFRB Support Network. I think there's one in the US as well, like it's called TLC, but I find the CBSN website is really helpful and pretty straightforward. So I really wanted to share this list of tips and tricks for hair pullers and skin pickers because it's kind of a umbrella term. And yeah, I think these pointers are actually really good. I'm by no means like an expert on not pulling my hair, so that's not really something that I advertise. Unfortunately, yeah, I think like just having these solutions on hand and having them like in your mind can be really helpful to somebody who experiences skin picking or experiences compulsive hair pulling. Just like having them in your mind has been like can be really helpful and can make a big difference. Like little things can make a big difference basically. So one of like my favorites, we'll do like a draft pick of which one's the best and which one's the worst, at least for me, because I think it's different for everybody. So we're gonna go through and like savagely rank these. Let's do like 1 to 10. Does that sound good? And then I'll recap this in my comments after, so you guys can just see it. So if any of these are something that you have tried, please let me know in the chat, or if you think it's like bogus, please let me know in the chat. So let's do this. Shower in the dark or with a nightlight. So I think like the rationale behind this is like if you are like seeing your hair like too clearly, if you have too much visibility on your hair, it can be very, yeah, you can be like it can be very tempting to like see it and be like, oh, this one's different, it's gotta go. So before and after showering, what I do a lot is when I do a lot of picking, I find if I leave the lights off, I get out so much quicker. So you're not kind of buying like all that extra time. I think I actually haven't tried this one, to be honest. So maybe I'll try this, but I don't really have that problem. And I think a big part of like reducing your pulling is keeping track of like your own personal patterns, emotional patterns, but also like obviously the pattern in which you pull more or less. So I think if you are someone that you kind of get caught up in the bathroom like before and after shower, yeah, I think that could work. Because similar to that, there's also the tip of like covering your mirrors or trying not, or like reducing the number of mirrors you have, especially if it's like in your own room in a space where you spend a lot of time. Covering mirrors is on this list too. So I would rate shower question mark because I haven't tried out one, but for covering your mirrors, I would rate that like an 8. Like I think that's pretty good because I think as someone who has trichotillomania, I tend to like zero in on like a hair that's sticking out or like a hair that has like an uneven texture, and I'll zero in on that, focus on that, and like all I want to do is pull it out. So getting rid of like mirrors in my room has been really helpful. I'll either cover them or I'll just like remove them or turn them around like if I can. And another thing I do, especially with full length mirrors, I find full length mirrors are like the worst for me, is I never, or I try my best, I never let myself go closer than like an arm's length away, so I can't like lean in and look and inspect, which can lead to a lot of pulling. So that is a good one. So this next one is wear a hat at home. So covering your hair like physically. Whoop, just kind of thought it was like a spider on my hand. I like this tip. It's like covering your hair physically. I think a hat or a bandana, but I think it is a little bit different. So let's talk about like wearing a hat at home. I would rate this one a little bit lower. I'd rate it around like a 4, because I find that having like the pressure of the hat like against my scalp, I don't know, it gives me this like, it's like tingling sensation where it does like kind of urge me to pull more. And yeah, and I find that since when you're wearing a hat, it kind of goes up to like here, let's say, if you're wearing like a beanie. So you're kind of leaving this lower part of your hair still exposed. And I find that whenever I wear a hat, it is more tempting to pull like this lower part of my hair, for example. So I would rate wearing a hat around like 4. Um, Similar to wearing a hat, wearing a bandana, so another like physical blockade against your hair. I think wearing a bandana is really good. I would rate that around like a 6, let's say. And since a bandana, you can kind of tie a little bit, not tighter, but more like you can like fully enclose all of your hair. I think that's a little bit better than wearing a hat, but obviously, if you have a hat, I think it is high. I think it is helpful. Excuse me. Okay, the next one is keeping your hands busy. So this could mean a lot of things. It could mean like count money, knit. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. I find you have to find the thing that like works for you. For me, keeping my hands busy or just like narrowing down the times where I pull less is really helpful. So I notice, like, for example, when I exercise, I can't pull my hair. I am like sweating my buns off. I can't be pulling my hair. When I play Animal Crossing on the Nintendo DS, boom, you need 2 hands to play this puppy. And that's what I like about it. Like, it's not like a cell phone where you only need 1 hand, or it's not like a computer where you're kind of using the computer, but you also have the opportunity to like touch your hair. This, like, if I want to fully optimize my village, I need both hands. So that's why I like having things like that to do. If I knew how to knit, I would recommend knitting, but I don't know how to knit. Yeah, I think keeping your hands busy is good, but it's not like it's not realistic to think that you can like keep your hands busy like all your waking hours of the day. Like, does that make sense? I think it's kind of easy to be like, okay, I'll just keep my hands busy all day and I won't pull. But then you do pull and then you're like, oh my god, like all I had to do was keep my hands busy. But it's not that simple. So don't be too hard on yourself if like it's something that you're still working on. I work on it all the time and I'm still working on it. This is not my real hair. PSA. I should have like put all my PSAs at the beginning, but I'm still learning every day about myself and about Trichotillomania and about, yeah, just my little brain and what he's up to. So keeping my hands busy, I'd rate that about a 5 because it's true, but unsustainable in the long term. Let's see. The next one, growing out your nails to a length where it hurts to pick because they bend. So if you have like weaker nails, and then the next point is like painting. So growing your nails, I think, is like helpful at first, but I feel like that goes away pretty quickly, especially depending on like how often you pull. I know some people, they'll only pull like a couple hairs a day, a couple hairs a week, and then there's other people who pull like more on a daily basis or less. So I think that if you're like a less frequent puller, excuse me, I'm gonna burp. Okay, excuse me, sorry. But I feel like if you're a less frequent puller, um, growing out your nails or cutting them like, excuse me, oh my god, or cutting them shorter, can kind of disrupt that cycle. So you're used to like pulling at your hair with long nails, for example, but then when you cut them short all of a sudden, it kind of like disrupts that. You're like, oh, like I can't pull it, like my nails aren't as long. But I feel like the turnover for that, like you get used to it very quickly. So I'll put like growing your nails out about like a 2. If you do have weaker nails, like maybe that is good because it does like hurt. But I don't think you should be putting yourself into like pain to alleviate that. I think if you're feeling like physical pain, it's not as worth it. Um, yeah, and I also have like pretty strong nails, so yay. When I grow my nails, it doesn't hurt when I pull. Honestly, I've tried it. Um, and then so growing my nails, what did I say? I think I said like a 3. I think like a 3 is good. I'm pretty confident with that. Um, in addition to that, there's like painting your nails. So whether painting your nails is helpful or not, or like getting acrylic nails. I feel like there's actually so many different ways. I know different people that like they paint their natural nails. Some people get like shellac nails, so that's when they put like a layer of nail on top of your nail. People that get press on nails. There's so many different ways, and I had my nails painted for like 2 years like consecutively. Like I would always have them painted for this exact reason, because I found that when I had my nails freshly painted, I wouldn't want to like chip them because I worked so hard on them. So sometimes I would reduce my pulling, but similar to like when you cut your nails short, I feel like I got used to pulling my hair without like damaging my nail color, if that makes sense. Like I would just like adapt to these changes of mine pretty easily. And that's such as life. It's a compulsion. Your body's gonna find a way to do it. And yeah, but I would rate painting your nails like a little higher. I'd rate that like uh like a 7 in like effectiveness for me. Yeah, because it worked pretty well for like the time that I did it. I don't do it anymore because I don't know, just didn't seem like worth it, or I felt like I was doing it for kind of the wrong reason. But yeah, I'm enjoying just my bare nails now, and my nails feel a lot like healthier and happier. Actually, I remember exactly why I stopped painting my nails, because I went to like a nail salon when I was in Vietnam last year, and then I got what's the term? Got like not acrylic nails. Oh, I got a gel manicure. So that's the one where they put your nails under like a UV light, but the only way to remove them is for them to like sand it off. And I remember my nails feeling like so crappy after that. So after that, I was like, oh, I'll take a break, and then never went back. Okay. How are we feeling so far? I think the stream's only going to be about 30. We can answer them at the end as well. I'm going to drink a little water first. By the way, I think the live stream schedule is going to be every week on Tuesdays about this time, give or take. And I think because of the social distancing, because of COVID-19 right now, I might do more, because I think it is nice to just kind of have a space where people can hang out and chill and talk just out of the goodness of their heart. Okay, let's finish these off. So the next tip is to wear gloves with only holes cut in the thumbs to use like your phone. Oh, my live stream cut off. Ooh. Can anybody hear me? Ooh. Hello? Hello? I don't want to continue just in case it's like not gonna record. Probably a lot of people are using like YouTube to live stream or remote access stuff. So kind of makes sense, kind of checks out. I'll just kind of hang tight for a sec. Am I still frozen? Please. We'll finish this list, guys, I promise. It will slap. It'll be so good. I don't know if YouTube is working, but let's do what we can. Well, I'm just gonna keep going because YouTube's telling me I'm good. So I'll just keep going through these, and then maybe I can like edit the stream after so that it's a little bit more concise. I've never tried this tip in particular. It's the one where you wear gloves, but you cut out like a hole for your thumb just so you can like touch your phone and like use your phone and stuff. That kind of makes sense. Maybe that one I will try. So that one I'm also rating a question mark for now. Let's see. Oh my gosh. And then knitting or sewing. I do not know how to knit or sew. I feel like everyone who has a BFRB like also knows how to knit. But yeah, if anybody has like done that, please let me know because I'm really interested in that too. So besides these things, which are kind of like physical things that you can do, I think there's a lot of like upstairs big brain stuff that you can do. Not that this stuff isn't big brain. Everything is big brain, honestly. Everything in like the pursuit of recovery is definitely big brain. But I think the thing that has helped me the most is what you're seeing right now is talking openly and candidly about my hair pulling, because for a long time I felt like I was the only person that did this and I was so weird and like nobody would understand. But the more I talk about it, the less, first of all, the more normal I felt, just like being able to articulate what I was feeling and like why these things were happening and being able to explain it in like a digestible way to other people. Then secondly, whenever I talk about it and like talk about it with other people, it's seeing that like a very normal, like calm, honestly uninterested reaction is a big relief. So it's kind of like if you have this big secret and you're like dying to tell everybody, but you don't want to because you don't want to like, you don't want your friends to judge you and you don't want like anyone to make fun of you or whatever. And then you tell them, and then it's this huge relief that, oh, no one really, it's like, oh, everyone has their own thing that they're dealing with. And I think reassuring myself that, oh, all these people that I know also have their own struggles, might not look like mine, but a lot of people have struggles that they are also too afraid to talk about. So that's kind of it. Let's go through the list just like one more time so we can wrap this puppy up. So out of this list, I really like removing the mirrors in my room. That's a really good one for me. I think that was like my number one out of all of them. My number two would be wearing a bandana on your hair. So not a hat, but I think a bandana that like covers your entire hair. That would be really helpful. Also, so that's my number two. And then I'd rate like painting your nails pretty high up, but not as high as as maybe the glove one. Even though I haven't tried the glove one, I'll put the glove one pretty high. After that, I would put like keeping your hands busy with like an activity or seeing your friends, not being alone as much as possible. This is kind of like us not being alone. And keeping your hands busy with like some kind of activity. So whether that's knitting, sewing, the classics, but also like just kind of holding something. So if you know that you have like one hand free, so if you're like using your phone with your right hand and you know you have your left hand free, fidget toys, they're out there, or you can just buy Play-Doh. I have a kneadable eraser that has like followed me from the beginning of time, and that's been really awesome. And at the top of the list is talking about your Trichotillomania and talking about your BFRB, just so that everyone can get a better idea of like what you're going through, and it opens the opportunity for them to talk about what they're going through too. I'd say that's like the best thing. That's like the best, what do you call it, side effect of having like a Trichotillomania like mental health page that's like so public. It's open it's given me the opportunity to be more open with like the people actually in my life. Like my friends will approach me and say, "Hey, like your page really made me think about this and this. I'm so glad you're so open. I feel like I can be more open with you." And goddamn, that feels really good. And that's really nice. I know it's not for everybody, so if you want to continue chatting, I'm gonna head out. But you can hit me up on Instagram, just at Pull Yourself Together. I'd really love to hear what you thought. What should we talk about for the next live stream, guys? I'm really glad I'm like live streaming again. I feel really excited to do it. We'll try out some different times and like different days and see who can like make it or not. And I'm always like down for suggestions and, you know, answering questions for the next video even. So I will see you all again very soon. Thank you so much to anyone who has watched this far, joining me on the actual live stream. I feel like really good. I feel really happy to like have you guys here. And yeah, hit me up on Instagram at Pull Yourself Together. I'll be there. Come find me. And if you haven't watched the Trichotillomania Q&A, that is up as well. So you can watch that too. So hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna head out and I don't know, I'll go like read or something. Okay, great. I will see you all again very soon. Goodbye.